Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. What if I told you that some of your most cherished memories, the ones you'd swear are real, never actually happened? By the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain sometimes invents memories out of thin air. But to get there, we have to start in a very strange place. If you understand this secret, you will never trust your own memory the same way again. Let's start with an iconic scene. You probably remember the most famous line in movie history, when Darth Vader reveals the shocking truth to Luke Skywalker. "Luke, I am your father." A breathtaking, unforgettable moment. But what if I told you that line doesn't exist in the movie? The actual line is, "No, I am your father." The word Luke is never said at the beginning. Or how about the famous monocle on the Monopoly Man? It was never there. The cornucopia, that horn of plenty, in the Fruit of the Loom logo, it never existed either. So the real question is, how is it possible for millions of people around the world to share the exact same false memory? This phenomenon is so widespread and bizarre, it actually has a name: the Mandela Effect. The name comes from a strange collective belief where millions of people swore they remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s. They even recalled watching his funeral on TV. In reality, Mandela passed away in 2013. This is where the sci-fi theories kick in. Some people suggest we're living in a computer simulation, and these are just glitches in the code. Others believe it's proof of parallel universes and our memories are leaking from one reality into another. These theories are fun, but the real answer might be simpler, and at the same time, far more unsettling. An answer hidden in the complex wiring of our own brains. The first thing you have to understand is that your memory is not a hard drive. It's not a video camera that records events with perfect accuracy. Your memory is more like a creative screenwriter. Every single time you recall a memory, your brain rebuilds it from scratch, using scattered pieces of information it has stored. And this is where the first strange thing happens. Your brain hates empty spaces. If there's a gap or missing information in a memory, your brain will unconsciously fill that gap with details it thinks are logical. This process is called confabulation. Imagine you have a puzzle with a few missing pieces. To make the picture look complete, your brain just creates new pieces that match the rest of the puzzle. But that's just the beginning of the story. Our brains don't just trick us from the inside. The outside world plays a huge role in this game. Imagine you witnessed a minor car accident. Two cars just gently bumped into each other. Now, what happens if a week later someone asks you, how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other? The word smashed is powerful. It carries a heavy, violent meaning. Research shows that this single word is enough for your brain to rewrite the memory of the accident. You'll suddenly remember the cars going faster, and you might even recall the sound of breaking glass, even if no glass was broken. This is called the Misinformation Effect. Now let's connect this back to our examples. Why do so many people think the Monopoly Man has a monocle? Because in our minds, a wealthy, old-fashioned, cartoonish capitalist should have a monocle. It fits our mental blueprint, or schema. To complete the picture, our brain adds the detail it expects to see. Or why do we think the line is, "Luke, I am your father"? Because dramatically, it feels more powerful and personal. We've heard the wrong version so many times in pop culture, in parodies and jokes, that our brain has accepted it as the original. We've forgotten where the memory came from, the movie itself or somewhere else entirely. But we still haven't reached the biggest piece of this puzzle. All of this explains how one person can have a false memory. But how do millions of people end up with the same one? The answer is in one word: us. Our memories are contagious. When someone in a group, whether it's family, friends, or even an online community, confidently shares a false memory, that memory can spread to others. We have a deep instinctive need for a shared reality with the people around us. This need for consensus can unconsciously push us to align our own memories with the collective narrative. If thousands of people online say the Monopoly Man has a monocle, it's much easier to doubt your own memory than to doubt the memory of the entire crowd. The internet and social media have made this process thousands of times faster and more powerful. A piece of misinformation, a doctored photo, or a wrong quote can spread in hours and become an accepted fact for millions, getting permanently lodged in our collective memory. So, the Mandela Effect isn't just a collection of funny little mistakes. It's a fascinating and slightly terrifying window into our minds. It reminds us how flexible, creative, and sometimes unreliable our memory truly is. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You guys are truly like family to us, and your support means the world. We love you all. If you enjoyed this journey into the mind, don't forget to like and subscribe because we have many more adventures on the way. And finally, maybe the next time you recall a memory with absolute certainty, just pause for a second and ask yourself, is this really my memory, or is it ours?